Hey guys, it's Olivia and I'm back with another video. So back in January of this year, I posted this on my Instagram story. I had gone to a track meet with my University Varsity team to Hillsdale College in Michigan. And as you guys know, I'm a long jumper and triple jumper, and so I competed in both of those events. I came second in long jump and third in triple jump. And while I did decent place-wise, the distances that I jumped I wasn't really satisfied with, and so I was feeling a little bit down after my events were over. And the thing about me is sometimes sporadically throughout the season I'll run a 60-meter or something just to get out of my head, because when I compete in long jump or triple jump, other people have high expectations of me and I have high expectations of myself. These are my events, this is what I train for every single day of the week, and I expect myself to do well. But if I just hop in like a 60-meter, something I don't train for, and let's say hypothetically I came last place, well, I don't care because that's not my event. And so sometimes it's like I want to be like in a competition mindset, but I don't want to be like overwhelmed, like, oh my gosh, I have to do well, right? So I want to have the competitive edge without the nervousness. So sometimes I just pick an event that I don't do and decide I'm going to do it that day. And so on this particular day in January, I ended up hopping in a 4x4. And so I said on my story, oh, I did long jump, triple jump, oh, and I ran a 4x4, and then that was it. So I posted videos of my long jump and triple jump, and then I didn't post a video of the 4x4 because I just genuinely didn't have the video. Well, yesterday I was going through my team's Facebook group and I found one of our Google Drives and I found 2023 race videos. And I was like, what? Huh? I didn't know that this folder existed. So anyways, I opened it and I found the 4x4 from January. And I'm going to play it for you guys. But before I do, I just want to preface this a little bit. Let me tell you how I came to run this 4x4, because this was not planned. So as I said, I was feeling down after my events. And earlier in the day, one of the girls who was supposed to run the 4x4, she got injured in one of her earlier events. And so she was no longer going to run the relay. And so we had brought two women's relay teams, so 8 girls total, and then one of them had dropped out. So then that means that one of the relay teams was only going to have 3 girls, which means they wouldn't have been able to run. And so some of the girls who had come all the way from Toronto to Michigan only came for the 4x4. And so there were these 3 girls who weren't going to get to run at all for the whole weekend. And so when I heard about it, I went up to my coach and I was like, I'll run the 4x4. I'm like, I'll run it because I just want to get out of my head. And while I know that these girls, this is their event, so obviously they want to do well, it was either do not so great with Olivia on your team or literally not run at all, and then you just sat in a car for 5 hours here, 5 hours back, and then you didn't do anything. So I was like, I felt like the members of my team would be okay with me running a 400, even though I am not a 400-meter runner. And so I volunteered to run the 4x4. But you see, what I thought was going to happen was, let's say we had an A team and a B team. One of the girls from the A team is who got hurt. So what I thought was going to happen is they were going to take one of the girls from the B team and move them up. So now this is a full 4 squad. And then they were going to throw me in the B team because I'm going to run slow, right? That's what I thought was going to happen. That's not what happened. They're like, oh, a girl from the A team is out. Okay, we're just going to put Olivia in that girl's spot. And I was like, that's not what I thought I volunteered for. But that's what's happening. That's what's happening, apparently. So at this point, I'm like, oh, I got to do something. Like, not that I wasn't going to try before, but now I needed to try extra hard, okay? So, anywho, they decided to put me as the anchor leg. That way I wouldn't have to both pass and receive. I'd only have to receive and then just run. So they just threw me in at the end. And so I'm about to play you the video, but I just want to preface this by saying this was on an indoor track, which means around the track once is only 200 meters, not 400. So for this particular race, we needed to run around the track 2 times. And so as I said, I was the anchor. I'm not going to play you the whole entire race. I'm just going to play you my section of the race. And we're going to do that right now. So you can see my teammate Hillary running, about to pass me the baton, and our team is in first place. She passes it to me and I am off. And as you can see, I'm running pretty fast. I'm widening the gap between us and the team in second. And I'm not gonna lie, I think I went out a little bit too fast. I'm running it like it's a 200 meter. It was very much not. But as you can see, I'm still holding it down a little bit. We've run 150 meters and my team is still in first. Now I'm coming up the home stretch and my teammates are yelling at me. 25, 26, 27, 28. I came through the first lap in 28 seconds, which was a bit too fast. I was supposed to try and come through in 30. And as you can see, I'm starting to slow down. I am not known for my endurance. And the team in second, that girl is coming for me. And I'm trying to hold her off as much as I can. My coach is yelling at me, telling me that she's coming up on me, and I'm trying. And right here is when she passes me. And at this point, I feel like I am running in quicksand. And we're coming up the home stretch, and the girl in third, she looks like she's about to pass me, but I'm trying my best, and I come through and I dip up the line, and we end up coming second place. Okay, so you've seen the video. And you can clearly see that I am not a 400-meter runner. Let me give you a little bit more information on how the race was supposed to go. My coach told me that at minimum I needed to run 103. Like, that is the slowest that I was allowed to run. 1 minute and 3 seconds, right? And I had run a 400 like back in high school, and I ran a 106. So I was like, it's like several years later. It's almost a decade later at this point. And so I'm like, if I could run 106 back then and I'm a lot stronger now, like, there's no reason I shouldn't be able to run 103, or maybe I'd run a 104. But I'm like, I'm not going to run slower than I did in high school. Anyways, so I'm like, that's fine. So basically, this is what the breakdown was supposed to be. Try and come through the first lap in 30 seconds, and then come through the second lap in 33 seconds, which would then give us 103. And also, my 200-meter PB, which is back in like the 9th grade, like almost 10 years ago, is like 27.49. So now, I haven't run a 200 in like almost 10 years, but now, if I ran an all-out 200, I think I could run 26 low or 25 high. Like, I honestly think I could. So I was like, if my current full speed is around 25 seconds, and you're asking me to run 5 seconds slower than that, I can totally do that. I can totally do that and still maintain that speed for the next lap. Like, yeah, I genuinely thought I could do it. I might have been a little delulu, but I was confident. Confidence is key. Okay, and so I run the first lap in 28 seconds. So I ran too fast. I ran 2 seconds faster than I was supposed to. And I genuinely didn't feel like I was running that fast. When my teammates were like calling splits to me and they're like 25, 26, 27, 28. And then I get to the line at 28 and then I still have one more lap to do. I'm like, I knew in that moment, I'm like, I'm not going to have legs to finish this. I came through too fast. So you'd think, oh, I was supposed to come through in 30 and I came through in 28. Well, that gives me an extra 2 seconds on the second lap. So now I can come through in 35. I ended up coming through in 40. So I ended up running 108 when I was supposed to try and run 103. And I genuinely think it's because I did the first lap way too fast. I overestimated what 30 seconds was. Like, I thought 30 seconds was faster than it was. And then by the time I was coming through, it's like, oh, I'm already 2 seconds too fast. And that was the beginning of the end. And so I got to about 300 and my legs were dead. And I got passed. And then the next girl in the heat was about to pass me, but I out-dipped her on the line. And when I said in the video we came second in our heat. We ended up coming 5th overall. And so our final time was 4 minutes and 15.07 seconds, which at the time was actually a season's best for the team. So at one point, I, Olivia Grace Henry, a long jumper / triple jumper, was part of a season's best 4x400 meter relay team. for a time. Like, yes, literally the next week when the girl who was hurt was unhurt and they ran another 4x4, well, then they broke that season's best time, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. At a point in time, I was part of the best relay race of that season. So, you know what? I'll take it. I'll take it. And yeah, that is the time that I ran a 4x4. I genuinely feel like if I ran one again, I would pace myself better and therefore run an overall better race. Do I want to run another 4x4? Absolutely not. My legs were killing me after. My glutes were on fire. I literally had to put ice on my butt. They got me ice packs and I was laying on like the massage table on my stomach, and then our athletic therapist literally just put ice on my butt. Like my whole lower body was on fire. On fire, okay? And then that same night we were driving back home from Michigan back to Toronto, and I'm just like sitting in the car, and then my legs just started cramping, and I had to, like, think about how a car is. It's like you have the two front passengers and then you have like the 3 seats in the back. So I'm sitting on the right side of the car behind the front passenger, and I had to lift up my leg and like put it through the middle and put it on the driver's armrest because I had to straighten out my leg. Like, sitting in the car like with my legs bent was not going to work. My legs were cramping, and for like an hour of the 5-hour drive I just had my leg up on the driver's armrest. Like, the aftermath of a 400 I never want to feel again. But if for some reason my team needs someone to run, I'm open to running it, because I wasn't like trying to showboat like, yeah, I can totally do it. The only reason I did it is because it was either I run or 3 girls drove all the way to Michigan for no reason. So I'm like, at this point, I might as well just run. And I don't think we're ever gonna have a situation like that again, especially due to the fact that I graduated in June, and so I'm not on the University Varsity team anymore. Now, I'm still training with the same group of people, but I'm competing with the club. And so at this point, we train together, but we're technically on different teams because I don't attend the same school as them anymore. So we literally cannot run together because we're not on the same team anymore. So there's not likely to ever be that situation again where Olivia Henry is volunteering to run in a 4x4. However, I am going to ask some of my friends who are on the club team if they want to run a 4x2 with me some point this indoor season. I haven't asked them yet, but I'm going to ask them. Maybe they're watching this video. Hello, friend. Do you want to run a 4x2 with me at some point this season? We'll talk later in person. But yeah, that is the time I ran a 4x4. It hurt, but I'm glad that I did it because then it meant that everyone got to participate. And yeah, I got humbled that day. That's it. That's what I'm going to say. So that's all for this week's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you think your friends will enjoy it, be sure to share it with them. All my social media links will be down below in case you want to follow me on there. Be sure to subscribe to my channel because I make new videos every Monday. Thank you to my channel members, and be sure to check out one of these suggested videos, and I'll see you next Monday with a new video.